Did Jesus speak Greek? That's a very interesting question, and I think an important one. A few weeks ago, I wrote a blog post examining really closely some of the words that Jesus spoke, and a couple of the commenters said, well, it doesn't really matter because actually Jesus was speaking Aramaic and this is a translation, so we don't really know what Jesus said. So I used the journals in my Logos Bible software library to do some research on this, and I really found a great article by New Testament scholar Stanley Porter asking that very question, did Jesus speak Greek? I'll just give you a couple of the highlights from that video. He said that when Jesus spoke to Pilate, which is something that every Christian reading the Bible would know about, it seems very unlikely that Pilate was speaking something other than Greek, like Pilate would have spoken Aramaic. Also, Jesus selected a disciple named Matthew, who was a tax collector who almost certainly would have had to deal with authorities and use the lingua franca around there, namely Greek. Also, if you look in Acts 6, when the early church chooses its first deacons, they are all Greek names. So there are some biblical reasons to think that Jesus spoke Greek. It matters because of, and I'll just give you one example, Bart Ehrman, who is a prominent atheistic or agnostic opponent of the Christian faith, has argued that Jesus' discussion with Nicodemus in John 3 could never really have happened because it hinges on the double meaning of a Greek word, namely the word again. When Jesus says, you must be born again, that word again can also in Greek mean from above. But there's no Aramaic equivalent. So, Bart Ehrman reasons, since Jesus was speaking in Aramaic, John 3 and that conversation with Nicodemus never happened. If we can answer that question, did Jesus speak Greek, with a big yes, then we can look at John 3 in a whole new light and understand that these words really do come with the authority of Jesus Christ.